Can't work out. Can't do good.
When you have #1 beside your name, you have a target.
I'm LSU, but I'm playing against Mississippi State.
Against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on another team from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone.
Ma'am.
The LSU Tigers offense will go on the attack first. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put that push passes. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Got the quick pass. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Finds his tight end. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Makes a grab in the open. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Hopping.
And yet another Bayou Bengal.
Hop, little bunny. Hop, hop, hop.
Can just go get
hop, little bunny. Hop, hop, hop.
I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
I'm kind of glad you did, because that means I can
it's second and 9.
make sure I get my stuff in me.
Here comes the heat. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Bringing the heat. A solid pickup on the scramble and slide, but there's a flag down. Let's see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulldogs offense will get the ball for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was singing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's.
Oh, he's got some space. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Mississippi State going up tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got
trying to beat the D deep. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year.
Well, now,
all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Taylor wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. End off from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Trying play action. Here's a heat. They get to him as he throws. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Got a man. It's Anderson. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
Fires to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Mississippi State right back to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Finds his man, it's Thomas. Quick with the spin move. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
If you're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race, you've got to win games and you've got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that is just what this defense needed. Nice job getting upfield, getting after the quarterback, putting that last play behind him. Big gain, so what? Great job being dialed in on first down, to the pass, and getting the sack.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Durham. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Tosses it incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. Give to the back. Jukes his way for more. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Mississippi State going up tempo. Taylor wants to throw it. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
The kick is on its way. Wants to return it. He gets a block. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on second down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They've moved it to the 19. First and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers.
Oh, it's a fumble. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble.
Stop.
Taylor wants to throw.
Well, they're able to get the negative play. Great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. You think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
With the run on first and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldog. Big time touchdown there to get some much needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
He'll bring it back, looking for help. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Dropping back, it's Meyer. The quick out. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, this guy has shown up time and time again for his football team. Top 10 statistically in passing yardage this year, but it's been in big games, in big moments where he's really shined. And that's why this guy's in contention to win the Heisman Trophy.
Single back formation, and they give it to him.
Thank you.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Power football with the run. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Touchdown, Tigers! He got a step and just dusted the field.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, LSU. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He'll pull it down. Quarterback's got the first. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Taylor wants to throw it. Release to the back. It's on target and complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a 1st down. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Right back to the well. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Reese. And they react well to completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. There's the pressure. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
You really want your best player to be your quarterback, to be your leader. And he's been that all year long. Dude, he's in the top 10 passing in all of college football, and he's leading.
Going for the big play. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, LSU!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Miami is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about at the U for a long time. They're up by 15 over Virginia Tech. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires one high and deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
He lost one down the sideline. Brings it down on the right side. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Tigers in the hurry-up.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thomas. LSU will get a first down. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Lost a throw on first down. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding.
Intentional grounding.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to fire on second down. Going for it all. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands.
Okay, let's do it, Denver.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half. The defense needs to start making adjustments.
Take that stuff, put it back over and work it.
Now we join Kevin with the
Why you
halftime update.
even try?
Guys, rivalry games
Ooh,
always
wrong.
bring out a
Still
ton of
back.
emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison. Or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Worry, Denver. Worry.
Back to the ground with the running back. Turning it on! Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Thompson.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Got it in the middle. It's Williams. They make the stop.
Hey, what I tell you to do with it? Go put it up.
First down.
Thank you.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really
Like,
does
trying.
give his
I keep
quarterback
telling
a
you, put it
nice
up.
option.
Trying.
Runs really good routes. He's got
Self-control.
nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Taylor wants to throw. Under fire. Looking deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
It looks great, digger.
It'll be 3rd and long. Just keep slinging it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Fires to the big fella. Got some room to run. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll move the tight end. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Durham. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Oh, yeah, solid.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught over the middle, it's Thomas. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Got it in the middle, it's Sharp.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
They'll move the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the 2nd half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the...
Breaks into the open. Crosses midfield. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
One of the things I love about these misdirection-type plays is that you can pull offensive linemen and get extra bodies at the point of attack. So you're setting yourself up with good angles if you execute it properly, David, and you saw it right there.
And saying the...
Tons of room in the middle. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Well, the offense is humming now, and you're seeing they can generate explosive plays in a variety of ways. They had the big run on the previous play. That time they're able to take a shot. Everything they're dialing up right now is working beautifully.
Good timing on the quick out. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And really good job knowing I don't get in the end zone. I got to get close to the end zone, be ready to break on the football as soon as they throw it. I can't give up any yards after the catch, and they don't right there.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're trying to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking left. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Oh, what a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense.
Daddy, look at this. Now look at this. Look, that's me and Dragon.
I see.
Oh, look at Dragon. About to get hit in like.
I get it. I get the joke. Defensive guys can't catch real well. But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. The give to the back. Makes a man miss. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you've sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
They'll try to get the first through the air. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and look for room. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Plows through the defense. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't...
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Between the uprights, it's good.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
That is so hard to defend. QB wants to make a play from the pocket, but does a great job escaping to his left, eyes down the field. Palmer, he looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer, getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
I would have torn my ACL if I had tried to roll out to my left like that in my playing days, but how about this quarterback keeping his eyes downfield, never quitting on the play, and finding a viable option and delivering an accurate throw so that he could advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm.
There he goes. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Taylor wants to throw. Pressure coming. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
To the air on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Evans. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They'll have to get it to the 37 on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Evans. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Running into the open space. There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You're powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Miami is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that may get its own 30 for 30 after this one. They're up by 32 over Virginia Tech. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The option look. He'll pitch it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game, because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. The give headed toward right tackle. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. He's got it on the move. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Looking to throw on first down. Still looking, on the move. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They are going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going to run it. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense when you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stuff the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Under fire. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
He's almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. That's caught. It's Brown. Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Could this guy be the next receiver to bring home a Heisman Trophy? He's got everything you look for in a game changer at the receiver position. He's off to a great start in this one.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. This quarterback part of their running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. On the option. He'll pitch it. Headed to the end zone. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. Hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Oh, he's got a chance. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Got his man in the middle. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've
so
got a big lead in the fourth quarter,
boring.
and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. It's a really nice run.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Second down coming up with this red zone opportunity.
Can't be talking.
Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. H. Brown. Once that ball was loose, offense did. Chance, defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way.
Battery dying.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. A run for the quarterback. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Taylor wants to throw it. He wants a big play here late. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go into the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Stop shaking me.